Nostalgia and Minecraft go hand in hand. I don't think I've ever played a game where I've experienced quite the level of nostalgia I do for this game. I think it's funny that whenever you think of this game, you think of the version you were playing, or who you were playing with, or just the general vibe the game gave off. It's like each time you played the game in a period of life you were in, it was the same, yet totally different. I always wondered this, why whenever I thought of the game, I would always imagine just old classic Minecraft and the fun I would have, but at the same time, I would just always consider each version just so different. It's a weird paradox, because I think whenever you go back and reminisce and have that nostalgia feeling, you have a nostalgia for a different time of the game. I think with most games, whenever you have nostalgia, you just think of the game for what it was and how you played it. But with Minecraft, it's totally different. If you're like me, you've probably been playing the game forever. And forever, I mean 10 or 15 years plus. It's like Minecraft gave us our own different tiers or levels of nostalgia just at different times. I think whenever you play the game for so long, you start to chase that nostalgia. But why do we do this? It's interesting how a game that most of us play off and on throughout the year, or every couple months, or whatever it may be, can have nostalgia. How can you have nostalgia for a game that you constantly play year-round? I think the simple answer would be, you just have nostalgia for playing the game in an older version or a different time that was different than what we play now. And that may be true, but I want to provide a different answer or explanation that I've been thinking about recently. As I said in the beginning of the video, Minecraft's a very old game. It's been around for 15 years. I really want you to put that in perspective, because after I decided to think about this new concept, I had to think about that for a while. If you started playing the game when it first came out in 2009, and you're still playing it to this day, that is a long time. I think for myself, for example, I started to play the game in 2011, and now it's 2024. That is 10 plus years of playing the game. Now, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and act like I religiously play this game. There's periods where I play it, and there's periods where I won't play it for 6 or so months, but I always find myself coming back to this game. As we explained before, people do come back to this game for the nostalgia factor, just for an older version or simpler times or whatever the case may be. But I think a lot of people just come back to this game simply just because it's fun. Whether it be for the survival mode or just a creative outlet, I think a lot of people enjoy this game. When I say think, they do. This game's obviously really popular. But my new theory and new idea is people keep playing this game for the nostalgia of the time period they were in their lives. There's many examples I have in my mind of what this means. And one that comes to my mind right off the bat would be the friends we had at a certain period of time. Whenever I think of Minecraft, one of the biggest things I think of is friends that I played the game with, some of whom I still talk to this day, and some that I don't. I think I reminisce and get sad and wish those days could come back, and all the fun times we would have together. And as you get older and you get responsibilities, there's less and less time to play the games that you used to play. I think I get nostalgia for being able to sit and play the game for hours on end without responsibility. And I'm not saying responsibility is not a good thing. You should have responsibility. You should have self-worth and self-esteem and self-whatever, and make something of yourself and not depend on a video game to bring you fulfillment in life. But when I also thought of this concept, I thought of all the new stuff that I started doing as I got older, and stuff that really doesn't matter, just to try to keep up with social norms. I think if you have a similar issue and a similar thought, try eliminating stuff from your life that really doesn't matter, stuff that's not good for you, that you added that kind of took time out of your day to play this game or any other game. You'll never quite have the same amount of time you had when you were younger to play the game, but I'm sure there's many things you could take out of your life that aren't good for you, that could provide you with a few more hours a day to enjoy the things you once did. I think as we get older, we get told that playing games or doing certain things are dumb and not good for you and just not what you should be doing, but at the same time, I think we add so many things that are just dumb and stupid to begin with anyways. So if you're struggling with this concept or have similar thoughts, try eliminating some things from your life that really don't matter that could add some time to your day to enjoy the game. And going back to the time spent with friends or playing with friends, nostalgia factor, try reconnecting with those old friends or even making new friends to try to play the game with. I think a big thing for me was always finding new people online to play with and forming those relationships and just playing the game and just having fun. I think I don't see that as much anymore just for the mere fact that I don't have time to commit to doing that. I think from a personal perspective and experiences, I think that a lot of the things I'm nostalgic for are playing survival mode with friends. We were in a phase once where we were building these public servers with plugins and posting them online and having people join and being admins and doing all that fun stuff. That's really, I have a lot of nostalgia for that. Even the times when we'd make creative worlds, I can remember one thing that comes top of my head is we never were into pixel art, and then we had a phase for like a month where we had a super flat world where all we did was make pixel art. I think in our lives that we always think times before were simpler, and as we get older, times get more complicated, more not as simple, and we don't have time to do the things we like. But I'd like to take a moment to have you pause and really think about that. I'm sure back when you were playing the game or whenever it was that you still had daily stressors, you still had things you were dealing with and obstacles to overcome. So I think what you can do is take the time right now and just realize that, be present, be in the moment, look for the things that you used to enjoy about the game and kind of bring those things forward and start doing them again. It's so difficult with Minecraft because, as we've said before in this video, it's an old game. It's over a decade old, and it's so easy and so convenient for our brains just to go back and think of all the times because there's been so many times on it because it's so old. But I think that's a good thing because it just allows us to have all these different scenarios, all these different events that happen, and we can recreate those or reimagine them into modern versions or just modern life. It's not the version per se that gives us nostalgia. I think it's how we felt during those in the times of our lives. That's not to say a specific version can't make you nostalgic, because it most certainly can. But that's not the point of this video, and that's not what I'm trying to explain as the new thoughts to nostalgia for this game. So, kind of to bring it all in and summarize what I've just said in the past however many minutes, I think we're not really chasing the nostalgia of the game per se. We're chasing the nostalgia of an older time, a time when we thought things were simpler, and they could have been. But I think that you really need to chase simplifying your own life and taking things out that don't matter. I think as we get older, we just add and add and add all these different elements to our life just because you can do more things when you get older. And that doesn't mean these things are good per se. It's, and most of the things we add just really don't add anything to our lives. You can say that for video games. Video games, they don't really give you anything, but they're not hurting you unless you're not doing anything else besides it. But I think before we just had more time to play the game and more opportunities just to get so involved in the game where you could sit when you didn't have anything else to do. You could sit for hours and hours and play the game and just get lost in the world. And I think that's more of what we need to bring back. I don't think it's chasing an older version, which are fun. I love the older versions. That's a whole thing on this channel, is playing older versions. I think they just provide a different element, not so much nostalgia, just a different way to play the game. But I think you can use this concept on both newer and older versions. It's just find things in your life that don't matter to cut out to where you can give yourself the time of the day to just sit and play the game for hours at a time. I think by allowing you to do this, you can just enjoy and take the time to relax and not have stressors of being only to play the game for an hour at a time and then have to go do something else. I think this relates back to what I said about having friends. Maybe try to explain this to your friends and get on and do what you used to do back in the day. I'm sure there's something during a weekend or a Friday night or whatever it may be that you can cut out to add more time to get on and play. You don't even, it doesn't even have to be this game, it can be any game. Now I know that this video was not very organized and not edited that much, and I was honestly going to make a really edited video and flashy in that, but I just wanted to speak from the heart and from perspective and just kind of connect on a human level, and not read off a script or any of that kind of stuff. I think that that's what this video called for. I think that doing it that way would not have made the message, and the intent behind it is pure and whatever you want to call it. And I don't think it helps that we live in such a fast-paced world. All the videos online are just super highly edited just to keep your attention. And this game is slow-paced at its core. It's not meant to run around and constantly be on the move. And I think we're also nostalgic for the fact that when we used to play this game, it was just relaxing. We didn't have the stressors of just how everything was, how it is now. It's like people don't have the attention span to get on here and just build a house or cut down a tree or do whatever it is you used to do. And I think if you realize that and get into that mindset of get on, relax, do what you want to do, take it slow, I think you can really find enjoyment in any version of the game, even the current one. I thought I really was caught in the mindset of thinking I was just nostalgic for the simplicity of the game used to give, but I think it was just the simplicity of the slowness, the relaxation, the whatever it was this game used to provide. And I think our world was just so painted with fast-paced content, fast-paced work, fast-paced whatever, that you can't get on here and enjoy it how you used to as much. But as you know, if you've been on this channel or if you're new, I preach, doing good things with your life, always being, if that means setting the game aside and doing all this stuff, that's what you got to do. But there's probably some things that you can work on, and this is also, for me as well, I'm not a perfect person, that you can get rid of in your life or slow down or take the time just to get on and enjoy something that you enjoy as well. So that's pretty much it for this video. That's kind of what's been on my mind. I've been debating making this video just because I wanted to do it right, and I didn't know if I wanted to do it like this or make it edited like I mentioned before, but I think this was the proper way to do it, because by doing it like this, I think it kind of emphasizes everything that I wanted to say in a format that was relatable to the message. So yeah, I think that adding some ambience mods like this really helped kind of bring it back to how I wanted the game to be, and I've been enjoying it a lot as well. And if you're curious to all the mods I use, I'll leave a link in the description. I actually made a video kind of talking about them all, so I'll put that in there as well. What else? If we also have a Discord you can join. We have a great community, kind of similar vibe to this video. We also have a Minecraft server you can play. We are playing beta Minecraft right now. It's not strict beta Minecraft. We have had an old or a new current version release server, but right now we're on the beta Minecraft kick, so we're gonna keep sticking it on with that. So if you're interested in that, join Discord. We have an application you can fill out. And yeah, the Discord's, it's awesome. We have a really great group of people. So yeah, that's that with that. So if you made it this far, appreciate you. Hopefully you got something out of this, a new perspective. But other than that, I'm going to end it. God bless you all and have a great week.